5 hours and 29 minutes. That's how long it took for tennis history to completely rewrite itself at Roland Garros today. Carlos Alcaraz's comeback victory over Jannik Sinner wasn't just decided by talent or endurance. It was decided by 5 crucial moments that swung momentum, shattered psychology, and ultimately crowned a champion. Today, we're breaking down the tactical chess match that changed everything, the split-second decisions that determined destiny, and the moments that prove why tennis at this level is as much mental warfare as physical brilliance.
As someone who's played and coached at the highest level, I can tell you that Grand Slam finals are won and lost in microseconds. Today wasn't about who hit the hardest or ran the fastest. It was about who made the right decision when the pressure was at its absolute peak. We're going to dissect 5 moments that, in hindsight, were the fulcrums on which this entire match balanced. These weren't lucky shots or flukes. They were moments of pure tactical genius under impossible pressure.
What makes this match so fascinating from an analytical standpoint is how momentum shifted not through dramatic winners, but through subtle tactical adjustments and psychological pressure points. Each of these 5 moments represents a different type of tennis intelligence: pattern recognition, risk management, physical adaptation, mental resilience, and strategic execution. This is a masterclass in how matches are actually won at the highest level.
Let's start with the moment that set the tone for everything that followed. Coach Martinez, take us to the second set tiebreak. Why was this the psychological turning point?
Moment 1, the second set tiebreak, the psychological dagger. This was the moment Sinner should have buried Alcaraz. Leading 6-4, 4-1 in the second set, Sinner had Alcaraz on the ropes. But Alcaraz clawed back to 5-5, forcing a tiebreak. In that tiebreak, Sinner led 4-2, had set point opportunities, but couldn't close. When Alcaraz won that tiebreak 7-4, it wasn't just about the score, it was about Sinner's confidence. For the first time all tournament, someone had taken a set from him after he'd been in total control. That planted a seed of doubt that would grow throughout the match.
The data backs this up perfectly. Before that tiebreak, Sinner's first serve percentage was 73%. After losing it, it dropped to 64% for the remainder of the match. That's not coincidence, that's psychological pressure manifesting in physical execution. Alcaraz didn't just win 7 points, he won Sinner's mind. From that moment, Sinner was playing not to lose rather than playing to win.
That tiebreak was crucial, but Sinner still led 2-0. What was the next pivotal moment?
Moment 2, the third set tactical shift, Alcaraz's drop shot revolution. Down 2 sets, Alcaraz made a crucial tactical adjustment. He started using drop shots systematically, not as desperation moves, but as weapons. Sinner had been controlling the baseline with his power, but the drop shots forced him to move forward, disrupted his rhythm, and began to expose his movement on clay. That first break in the third set came directly from a drop shot sequence that pulled Sinner out of position. Suddenly, Alcaraz wasn't just defending, he was dictating.
This was brilliant pattern disruption. Sinner had been winning 78% of points when rallies went longer than 9 shots in the first 2 sets. In the third set, that dropped to 52%. Why? Because Alcaraz stopped allowing those long rallies. The drop shots weren't just tactics, they were psychological warfare, making Sinner question his positioning and timing. It completely changed the geometry of the match.
So Alcaraz won the third set, but Sinner fought back in the fourth. Dr. Chen, what happened when Sinner served for the match?
Moment 3, the 3 championship points that changed history. At 5-3, 0-40 in the fourth set, Sinner had 3 championship points. This is where champions are made or broken. The first point. Sinner went for a big forehand on the run and missed long, pressure getting to him. Second point, Alcaraz served with incredible placement, forcing Sinner into a defensive return. Third point. This was the moment of genius. Alcaraz hit an ace down the tee, not just any ace, but a perfect placement under maximum pressure. That sequence broke Sinner's spirit.
What people don't realize is how rare it is to save 3 championship points in a Grand Slam final. The pressure is incomprehensible, but Alcaraz didn't just save them, he dominated them. That ace on the third championship point was struck at 124 miles per hour with pinpoint accuracy. Under that pressure, that's not just skill, that's a different level of mental strength. From that moment, Sinner knew he was in a war with someone who simply wouldn't break.
The match went to a 5th set. Coach Martinez, what was the moment that decided the championship?
Moment 4, the 5th set momentum reversal, when champions reveal themselves. Alcaraz broke early in the 5th set and led 3-1. Everything pointed to a quick finish. But then Sinner showed his own championship heart. He broke back and actually took a 6-5 lead, serving for the championship again. This time, there was no drama. Alcaraz broke immediately to force a tiebreak. But here's the key. The way he broke, it wasn't lucky, it was surgical. A return winner down the line that Sinner couldn't even reach. That shot announced that Alcaraz had reached another level.
The statistics from that final tiebreak are remarkable. Alcaraz led 7-0 at one point, eventually winning 10-2, but it wasn't random dominance, it was systematic dismantling. His shot placement in that tiebreak was surgical. 83% of his shots landed within 3 feet of the lines. Under that pressure, that level of precision is almost superhuman. Sinner had simply run out of answers.
That brings us to the final crucial moment. What decided this epic?
Moment 5, the final forehand, where legends are born. With Sinner serving at 2-9 in the final tiebreak, needing to save championship point, Alcaraz hit a forehand down the line that landed inches inside the baseline. It was traveling at 97 miles per hour with extreme topspin. Sinner couldn't even attempt a return, but here's what made it special. Alcaraz didn't celebrate immediately. He stood there absorbing the moment, knowing he had just completed the greatest comeback in French Open history. That composure after 5.5 hours of warfare, that's championship DNA.
That final forehand was perfect tennis poetry. After everything, the physical exhaustion, the mental pressure, the historic stakes, to produce that level of precision and power was extraordinary. But what impressed me most was the shot selection. Down the line was the high-risk, high-reward option. A safer player goes cross-court, but Alcaraz chose to end it with authority. That's not just technique, that's the mindset of a true champion.
Looking at these 5 moments together, what do they tell us about tennis at the highest level?
Each moment represents a different type of pressure and how champions respond to it. The second set tiebreak was about resilience under early pressure. The tactical shift was about adaptation mid-match. Saving the championship points was about performing under ultimate pressure. The momentum reversal was about sustained excellence over time, and the final shot was about execution when history is watching. Together, they show that tennis isn't just about talent, it's about making the right decision in the right moment repeatedly for over 5 hours.
What's remarkable is how each moment built on the previous one. The tiebreak gave Alcaraz belief. The tactical shift gave him weapons. Saving the championship points gave him momentum. The comeback gave him confidence. And the final shot gave him immortality. It's a perfect case study in how matches are constructed, not just won. This wasn't luck or chance. This was systematic excellence under increasing pressure.
For tennis fans watching this match, what should they have been looking for in these crucial moments?
The subtle details matter most. Watch court positioning, how Alcaraz started standing deeper to handle Sinner's power, then moved forward when he began using drop shots. Watch serving patterns, how both players changed their serve placement under pressure. Watch body language. You could see Sinner's confidence drain after losing that second set tiebreak, while Alcaraz grew more animated with each crucial point won. These details tell the real story of how matches are won.
The shot selection under pressure is also crucial. Notice how both players simplified their games during the biggest moments, fewer risky shots, more focus on placement over power. Except for Alcaraz's final forehand, which was the exception that proves the rule. When you've earned the right through 5 hours of perfect execution, you can take that risk. That's the difference between good players and great ones, knowing when to be conservative and when to be bold.
What does this match teach us about competition at the highest level, beyond just tennis?
The biggest lesson is that excellence isn't about perfection, it's about performing optimally when it matters most. Both players made errors throughout the match, but the key was minimizing mistakes during crucial moments. In any high-pressure situation, whether business, academics, or personal challenges, the ability to elevate your performance when the stakes are highest is what separates good from great. This match was a 5-hour masterclass in clutch performance.
The adaptation aspect is crucial too. Both players had to adjust their strategies multiple times throughout the match based on what was working and what wasn't. That flexibility, the ability to change course while maintaining your core strengths, is essential in any competitive environment. Alcaraz won because he adapted better and faster than Sinner. That's a lesson that extends far beyond tennis.
Coach Martinez, Dr. Chen, thank you for breaking down these 5 moments that changed tennis history. You've shown us that today's match wasn't just about two incredible athletes hitting a ball. It was about tactical intelligence, psychological warfare, and the precise execution of strategy under impossible pressure. These 5 moments prove that, at the highest level of any field, success isn't about one brilliant flash, but about consistently making the right decision when everything is on the line. What we witnessed at Roland Garros was more than a tennis match. It was a real-time demonstration of how champions are forged in the fires of pressure. From that crucial second set tiebreak to the perfect final forehand, Carlos Alcaraz didn't just win points, he won moments. And in tennis, as in life, the person who wins the moments that matter most is the one who writes history. The score was 4-6, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6, but the real story was written in 5 moments of pure competitive genius. This is why we watch sports, not for the predictable, but for the moments when human beings transcend what we thought was possible and show us new definitions of greatness. The future of tennis is in very capable hands.